Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's one, we're going to be going over the fastest AFK XP farm in Destiny 2. So if you guys want to go ahead and level up your seasonal pass or artifact as quick as possible while you're not playing, this is going to be the strat. The old OG strat definitely used to be the Shattered Throne dungeon, but in case anybody doesn't know, Bungie significantly reduced the XP gains in there, so it's pretty much not worth it. However, in order to do today's strategy, I believe you will need Shadowkeep, so if you don't own that DLC, you may want to go purchase that in order to follow along with it. If you're able to load it and go to the location we're going to, then obviously you may not need to purchase it, but if it won't let you, then you may need to do that. Personally, I honestly don't know, as this is a free-to-play game, but also at the same time you need to pay for content to access certain things, so honestly I can't tell you there, but if you can't follow along with it, chances are you need Shadowkeep. And also, if you don't want to buy Shadowkeep and you want to go do the Shattered Throne dungeon farm, keep in mind the XP values are significantly lower and it's almost not worth doing anymore. But if you don't want to buy this DLC for whatever reason and you do own Forsaken, I'll leave that video link below so you can go check that out if you want to farm that. Anyways, for this strategy, what you want to go ahead and do is open up your directory, and we're going to be launching into Sanctuary on the Moon and following a specific path. Alright, so once you've loaded into the moon, let's go ahead and optimize our loadout. For this strategy, you want to be playing on your Titan. For the subclass, you want to be using Middle Tree Solar, which is Code of the Devastator, to get Roaring Flames here. And also make sure you're using Fusion Grenades. For the weapons, it doesn't matter, it's totally optional. On your Ghost, you want to make sure that you're using the Blinding Light mod here, which increases XP gains by 12%. Definitely make sure you have that on. For the armor, you want to make sure that you're using the Ashen Wake exotic gauntlets here. And then also set them to the stasis affinity, so that way you can go ahead and put in your grenade kickstart mod. It's also very important that you run this mod here. This ensures that we get our grenade back over and over again. And then as far as the armor goes, everything else is totally optional. You just want to make sure that you get to at least 7 discipline. It's very important that you have this stat as high as you can push it. Personally, I don't know what the cutoff is, but I've had luck at 7. I would not go below this. And that's pretty much the build right there. So after you go ahead and optimize your loadout, you want to go ahead and follow along on screen. So as you can see, we're coming into the Hall of the Wisdom here. So basically you want to go ahead and kill all of the enemies in this room. And then you want to go ahead and travel to the left here. You'll see this big room off to the left with a big door in the background over there. Kill all of the enemies in this room as well. Alright, so now let's go ahead and set up our macro. So for this one, I like to use Tiny Task. If you guys want to use it as well, I'll leave a link below. Once you go ahead and download it and install it, it will look just like this. It's pretty simple and easy to use. We're going to go to Preferences. Make sure that the playback speed is on 1x original. If you want the macro to repeat over and over again, you want to make sure that you have continuous playback set here. And then make sure that it's double checked there. And then obviously down here, we're going to make sure our playback hotkey is set to something we remember. Personally, for me, I set it to F8. So you want to make sure that you remember this, as this will start and stop the macro upon hitting that hotkey. So just make sure you set that to something you remember. And also, I have a pre-made file here, but if you guys want to go ahead and try to set up your own, you can set up your recording hotkeys here. But for the sake of this video, to keep it shorter, just go ahead and use my custom pre-made macro. It will work just fine. And yeah, just make sure you have these things set here. And then we're going to make sure Tiny Task is open. Hit open here, and then open the moon file. And then once it's open, it should say moon right there. And then you'll have the pre-made macro file open and ready to go. Alright, so once we have TinyTask set up in the background, we're all set to get going. Make sure that you remember that playback hotkey as well. So basically, all of the enemies in this room are going to continue to respawn over and over again right on the ground here in front of this white wall in front of us. So in order to trigger that spawn, you have to run through this door behind us right here. So once we go beyond the point of this doorway, all of those enemies will respawn right there over and over again about every 4 to 5 seconds. So what we want to do is wedge ourselves in the doorway right here in that little lip right there, because the macro will have us move side to side and we don't want to start drifting over time. So you want to make sure that you kind of wedge yourself right there, and then we're going to go ahead and get it started here. So I'll show you. So what we're going to do is run here, wedge ourselves in the doorway, wait till they respawn, kill them, and then we're going to go ahead and chuck our nade at them once they respawn again, and then immediately hit your macro key. For me, it's F8. So now every single time that these enemies spawn in over and over again, the macro has it set up to chuck the nade just perfectly. So without failure, this will go for hours and hours and hours as long as you want to leave it running. And it's pretty good XP. It's definitely better than the throwaway ever was, and it's not that hard to set up. Anyways, that is going to be a wrap on this video. This is pretty much the fastest AFK XP farm in the game that I'm aware of so far. If you guys have something else that may be quicker, definitely let me know in the comments section below. And if you guys want to go help level up your season pass or artifact, this is definitely not bad. I'll leave a screenshot up of me leaving it running overnight for about 9 hours while I slept, and I woke up to over 1.2 million XP on that, which is pretty good. Anyways, that is going to be a wrap on this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to go try it out in game, let me know how it works out for you. And that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you found the video informational or helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and also drop a comment below letting me know what you think. And also consider subscribing to the channel if you guys want to see more content like this in the future. And I'll catch you all very soon. Until then, peace out. Have a good one.